Yo, what's up, fam? You are back for another video. This video is not financial advice. Should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's hop of the charts fact data show you what's going on for today and the rest of the week. Obviously, heading into Friday, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be looking at Max Pain. All right. If you don't know what Max Pain is, it's a level or a price level where market makers and hedge funds will make the most money off of selling options and options premium. So they have an incentive to push price or try to help price in that direction. Max Pain sitting at $23 here for GME. Max Pain sitting at $3 here for AMC. Now, I want you guys to keep that in mind as we go through the rest of this video. We're also going to be talking about SPY and Bitcoin and crypto in this video. Lots of things are about to be happening, and it's about to get wild, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be a lot of opportunity to make money, but things are going to get crazy. So let's talk about what we could potentially see here for the meme stocks. Now, the market is getting ready to pull back, all right? The question is, will the meme stocks decouple? We have this bullish analysis here, right? We're breaking out of this falling wedge. Bands are getting tight. Green MACD, but we got to get above this blue medium line, which we're probably going to do tomorrow. GameStop Max Pain, $23, okay? Right now, we're underneath $23. So I'm expecting to see recovery. Basically, today was the start of that. You guys can see that we've been in this overall downtrend for GameStop. Now we flattened out, and now we're about to correct up, all right? So we're about to get a bounce, which is going to start most likely tomorrow, and then head into next week, in my personal opinion. Again, you guys can see the bands are mega tight. Blue medium line sitting at 2250. So if you see GME break and hold 2250, you're going to see a nasty move to the upside. Right now, we close at 2245. We're holding in after hours. Most likely what you're going to see is GME pop above 2250, holding that level, and then be able to get a push to the upside, in my personal opinion. I have this white dotted line prediction here for you guys. This is for basically, I made it yesterday, but it's for yesterday, for Friday, and then Monday. So this is what I'm expecting for GME. And based off the falling wedge breakout, based off everything that I'm seeing here, Green MACD, Bollinger Bands getting tight, letting me know that volatility is coming. Also, we have RSI trending up, letting us know that bullish momentum is building. I think we're going to see GME easily start to move back up. Now, the interesting part will be once GME moves up, since we do have this falling wedge, the price target when it's all said and done for this falling wedge is back up to the gap fill. So if GME were to manage to get to the gap fill, there's a potentiality that GME, once it goes up to 2484, could easily move up to 2847. And there's also this gap fill here at 2965, sitting at 2945 as well. So these gaps are going to get filled. They're on the daily time frame. They're 100% going to get filled. GameStop will return back to the upside. I believe what we're doing right now is actually forming a macro bottom. And once we move to the upside, again, we'll be able to officially hold $24.80, $25, and then we'll move into this gap fill and start to fill the gap fill. So hopefully that comes here sooner than later. But we do have the macro falling wedge in play. We've been in this overall downtrend for a week and some change now. We're finally bottoming, and I think GameStop's going to start pushing up starting here tomorrow, especially with the Max Pain being that $23. They have an incentive to let GameStop run a little bit. Now, they've been shorting heavily, guys, and dark pooling crazy. We saw dark pooling volume up to 72%, ladies and gentlemen. If we didn't have that much dark pool volume, GameStop would have definitely pushed up today. 5.3 million short shares here for GME at time of recording. 6.4 million here for AMC at time of recording. So again, they are shorting heavy, trying to keep these stocks down. Now, if the overall general market pulls back, that's going to give the meme stocks a little bit of a headwind. But if it starts to absolutely capitulate, you could see some movement to the upside for the meme stocks. Now, what we're looking at here is 0.55% cost to borrow. Cost to borrow is actually going down as shorting is going up. That's an indication, since we have this divergence, that we're going to see cost to borrow spike. If we do see cost to borrow spike, most likely you'll see price go up. The higher the cost to borrow, the better, because it costs more for them to short. So we want to see higher cost to borrow. 0.55% here for AMC, and then 0.44% here for GME. Same story for GME. They're shorting heavily. You guys can see the volume candles right here on your screen. That's those white bars. And you can see cost of borrow is kind of like trending down. we're going to see it spike to the upside. Mark my word. So you're going to see cost of borrow spike. When you do see that spike, expect price to go with it. Now, this is what I'm looking at for GME. Let's go ahead and show you guys what's going on for AMC. I have a prediction for Friday, Monday, and Tuesday here for AMC. RSI trending up on the 2-hour time frame. MACD green. Again, same kind of story here with GME. Bollinger Bands tight, but AMC's which we flirted with today, but we weren't able to hold. I think tomorrow we'll be able to hold it. Again, the max pain for AMC is $3. So I really don't see why we're not going to see a green day for both AMC and GME, in my personal opinion. Again, I could be wrong, but based off everything I'm seeing here, we're definitely going to see a green day, especially since the max pain is to the upside. That is in our favor. So I'm actually expecting AMC and GME to do decent tomorrow. Both of them are breaking out of falling wedges. To confirm if AMC is actually going to break out and push up, we want to see AMC break and hold $2.95. If we can break above $3 and hold that, that is letting us know that yes, indeed, AMC is bottoming and we're breaking out of this falling wedge, and we're going to see a movement to the upside, which will probably head into next week. So that's what we're looking at for AMC and GME heading into tomorrow. Again, they've just been shorting heavy, dark pooling everything. Things have been kind of rough because we've been in this overall downtrend since we've been forming this falling wedge. But it looks like AMC and GME are bottoming. You guys can see that we're starting to round out now, forming a bottom here, and then we'll probably push up above $3 and make a nice move to the upside. So again, RSI oversold. MACD starting to go green. This is a key indication that people will be buying in this area. Again, you can see there's buy orders here around that 285. And if we zoom out on different time frames, you guys can see that there's multiple buy orders down here. So people were taking advantage of these low levels and accumulating as AMC is most likely going to move up from here. So that's what I'm looking at for AMC and GME. Let's go ahead and move into SPY, the overall stock market, show you guys what's going on there. And then we will go into Bitcoin and crypto. So this is what I have for NASDAQ. I had this prediction on since yesterday's video. NASDAQ got this huge pop to the upside. This is a blow off top if I've ever seen it. RSI is trending down as price is trending up. This is bearish divergence. This is on the 4-hour time frame. It's going to flatten out and correct down. We also have the Trump tariffs possibly coming tomorrow. And guys, I can't predict 100% what's going to happen with the unemployment, but normally, and I showed you guys why, and I broke it down in the live stream, 4.2 and 4.2 forecast and consensus, normally when these numbers are the same, that's what you see. So if it does come out 4.2 or higher, you're going to see markets dump, okay? So I think the top might be in. I told you guys 640. We hit 640 in after hours here on SPY, and then we started to pull back. We went a little bit higher than that, and then we started to pull back. I think we're topping out, in my personal opinion. Now, we do have some other things happening as well with non-farm payrolls and ISM manufacturing, but the huge thing is going to be unemployment. If it comes out lower, for whatever reason, lower than 4.1%, that would be bullish for the market. I'm just letting you know that, but I don't think that's what's going to be happening. I think it's going to come out 4.2 or higher. And if it comes out higher than 4.2, that would be extremely bearish. If it comes out 4.2, that would be bearish, but not as bad because the market is expecting that. But that is still an overall bad narrative because it's higher than the previous unemployment, which means unemployment is creeping up. And that's not what you want to see if you're bullish on the overall market. So this is what we're looking at for SPY. In NASDAQ, again, I think we're going to see a correction down. I talked about a possible play in the Discord for SQQQ, not financial advice. SQQQ pushing up in here and after hours, as we did have earnings for both Apple and Amazon. You guys can see Apple's up 2.60% here, but Amazon is down 6.42%. I talked about this on the live stream that one of them would probably counteract the other, and this is what we're seeing. We're seeing Apple push up, but Amazon pump down. But overall, it's been bearish. As you guys can see, the markets are down here in after hours because of all of the movement. Now, on top of this, we're going to probably see some downside as well during the morning. When we get that unemployment drop as well. And then we got to really figure out what's going on with Trump tariffs, because the Trump tariff deadline is also something that's playing a factor right now. Remember what happened last time the Trump tariffs came into play, guys? We saw absolute dumpage. The market dumped, and it continued to dump until we got a pause. This is where Trump tariffs started, and this is where the pause came into play. So if the Trump tariffs go into play, you're going to see downside. And that's what I talked about here. It's coming August 1st. The deadline is coming up. Again, in the Discord, I talked about a possible play for SQQQ. So if you are in the Discord, make sure you guys check that out in the day trade chat. But basically, I think the party might be over, guys. And we've been playing calls in the Discord, making a lot of money very, very easily. But when the trend changes, you got to be aware of it. And I believe that the trend is starting to change. A lot of people are probably not going to see this. They're probably thinking that SPY is going to keep going up. They've been conditioned to think that. But I think we are topping out, and I think we're going to see bearishness starting tomorrow and possibly heading in the next week. But I'll confirm that on the weekly outlook and prediction. So this is what we're looking at for SPY. If you see SPY break below 630.25, expect dumpage. It would have to hold that level to remain bullish. Once we start going into the 620s ranges, you're going to see it pull back pretty rapidly. So I'm expecting downside for SPY in my personal opinion. Now, if you do see a big dump in the morning, you might see a little bit of recovery, like right in the market open, but you'll probably make a lower high. So you'll see a pop up making a lower high and then come down. So this is what I'm looking at for SPY in the overall market. Be ready for the Trump tariff situation. If that does come into play and the tariffs go into effect, you're going to see some downside off of that. We haven't heard anything yet. I keep checking the Trump tariff news to see what's going on with the Trump tariffs, but we're not getting anything other than the deadlines coming into play. This is the article I showed you guys here, and it had the pertinent information in it, so you guys can read that if you want. But basically, it's just saying that the deadline's coming into play. It showed you guys some of the figures here, but this is going to affect things like automobiles and imports, technology, and it's going to be costly and also cause inflation. But I believe they're doing tariffs because the debt is out of control. So this we're looking at for SPY in the overall market. Apple and Amazon earnings today. Overall bearish. Apple up, Amazon down. Unemployment tomorrow. Get ready for that data drop at 8:30 a.m. So we'll know in the morning right away if the overtone is going to be bearish or not. And then, of course, we have Trump tariffs in play as well. Let's go ahead and move into crypto and Bitcoin. Show you guys what's going on there. Bitcoin tracking with my overall prediction, pulling back into this falling wedge. I made this prediction in yesterday's video. We have an overall falling wedge for BTC, suggesting that BTC is most likely going to pop to the upside. We do have buy orders for BTC as well. So not only do we have the falling wedge, but we have these buy orders here. Every time we come down to about 115, 116K, we have buy orders here sitting at 114, 116. So Bitcoin is getting accumulated. There's also, if you look everywhere, just articles of BlackRock buying, everyone buying the Bitcoin reserve. So Bitcoin could see something special here, even if the market does capitulate. Last time the market was dumping, Bitcoin maintained. You guys can see that Bitcoin has been in an overall uptrend, even though we did get some pullbacks. But we don't always track with SPY. I believe that we finally decoupled, in my personal opinion. You guys can see SPY has been overall up and BTC has been overall up. But SPY has had major pullbacks and BTC has been able to hold its own. So even if the market does start to pull back, I believe BTC will be fine based off everything I'm seeing here. People are accumulating. Right now, RSI is getting cooled down. So we're basically accumulating, getting ready to make another move up. Now, if we did make another move up, it's most likely going to be to the 125K price target. I've hit every single price target for BTC. I called for 1,800K way back in 2022. So hopefully this 125 comes here soon so we can get that one knocked out. But if it does come, that means we're probably going to pull back. I'm going to be very, very wary after 125. Again, I'll track it day by day. But right now it looks good for another move up. Probably decoupling from the fractal. But after we get to 125, that could be a top. Okay, so we got to be careful. I'm not crazy. I do, I know that a Bitcoin bear market will come, but I think we could be seeing something special here for BTC. If you go ahead and look at the BTC rainbow chart, we're still in accumulation. Like, it's crazy. And a lot of smart people are buying. A lot of smart money is buying. We're still in accumulation. So BTC could make a nasty move up, falling wedge in play, saying that we probably will after a little bit of pullback, and then coming into this liquidity zone here where those buy orders are, and getting a nice push up. Again, probably coming down to like 115, maybe 112 on the low end, and then getting a nice move up. So that's what we're looking at for BTC. If BTC does do that, you'll probably see coins like Ethereum blast off. Ethereum looks very, very good. Breaking out of a macro accumulation right now, so Ethereum looks very, very good. Also, you'll probably see XRP blast off. XRP potentially getting clarity and a paved way for the ETF. This is huge for XRP holders. If we do get the ETF, XRP will absolutely blast off $4 easy. So, ladies and gentlemen, get ready. XRP doesn't look bad at all. If we zoom in, you guys can see that there's some buy orders down here around $3, $3.05, all the way to like $2.96. So people are buying there, and if we dropped any lower, there's some buy orders here at like $2.80. So if you did see those numbers and wanted to get an XRP, that is where other people are buying. So again, not financial advice, but that is where other people are looking to pick up some XRP as well and accumulate. If XRP can break back above like 335, you could see it pop towards 366. And if we break 366, that would put us in price discovery mode where you could see it move towards $3.80 or $4. But right now we're pulling back with the overall crypto market accumulating. And I think key altcoins are going to blast off once Bitcoin does make that move, breaking out of the overall falling wedge. Again, XRP is going to be one of them, Ethereum, and then of course Cardano ADA, which is also tracking with my macro prediction here, accumulating, getting ready to make a move to the upside after breaking out of a falling wedge itself. So it seems like the crypto market is in accumulation before making another move up based off my micro and macro analysis. So this is what we're looking at for stocks and the crypto. This was your daily outlook and prediction. If you made it this far, hit that like button and subscribe if you found the video informative. If you want to help support for free as well. If you want to support in a different way, I have a merch store. I'm rocking some of the merch right now. You guys can check that out. Link down in the comment section below. I also have a Discord as well where I give out exclusive technicals, information, buy and sell signals. So if you want to get in that, lifetime invite, just hit me up on my email, DataZeroOfficial5, on my Instagram. If you guys don't mind, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. That's also a great way to help out for absolutely free. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out, fam.